Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel here. Appreciate you coming back to Overpowered Party. I am your host, YohTheDestroyer, also known as the Mafia Prince VTuber. And holy crap, Sony State of Play just happened, and we got some interesting stuff out of it. But for this video, I just wanted to talk about the thing that I'm excited about the most, which honestly I don't think got enough love, because I think it kind of got underplayed by, you know, obviously the fact that the Yuffie DLC is coming out for VII Remake, and obviously they tried to sell a little bit more on the Battle Royale Final Fantasy. That's whatever. But the thing that I'm actually excited about, which I think is the cooler of all three of them, is the Final Fantasy Ever Crisis. That looks awesome. So, in case you don't know, or you haven't seen it yet, or you're kind of just here to share in the excitement, I'm going to go ahead and play the trailer, and we'll take a look at it, and then I'll go into it about, with my thoughts on it, and how I think it's going to work, and then, you know, obviously why I think it's probably the coolest thing that came out of this whole thing. So, yeah, let's just go right into my Twitter here. By the way, follow me on Twitter. At YohTheDestroyer, right? But also, let's go in here and let's watch this trailer. I'm gonna put it in full screen, and then afterwards we'll go into it, right? It's so good. Look at that. I like the little camera movements. Yes, the visual twist. Look at that art style, man. Holy crap, that looks so good. That's like the Crisis Core style art style. I forgot whose is that. Who's that? Who's the character artist? Is it Tetsuya? I think it's Nomura, right? Nomura-san? I'm so bad with names. Yes, we get all the iconic scenes going on here. Our target! Barret. Cloud about to get bopped. Yeah, he's got the headaches, or the hallucinations. Look how good freaking Robo Scorpion looks. It looks like it's just straight out of the freaking thing. Look, we got Aeris in the team. During this fight, which doesn't make any sense, but we'll go into that too. Got summons, boy. Yes. Gotta get those limit breaks. Oh. Yes. That's the best part right there. This is also the best part. Because it's Zack. Yes. Ah, it sucks. It's not coming out until next year. Okay. Okay. That is Final Fantasy Ever Crisis. I think it specifically said Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, right? I don't know. I got too caught up in the excitement. I didn't pay attention. But let's go back and do this. We can talk about this. So another possibility for a remake. This right here. This is so good. I like how it's got like the same. They're going with the same like camera angles, like the locked-in camera angles, but they're not really like locked in because they move. Right? They got like the little movement thing. I love the chibi bodies. Very VII reminiscent. Yes, return to the world with a nostalgic visual twist. Okay, this right here. Look at how beautiful this artwork is. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Look at that. And like you're so into it with like the chibi characters, and then like when they talk, they have the little visual artwork pop up. I'm so glad that this is probably not going to be voice acted too, by the way. So, you know, this is just old school, like reading text, like the old school days, which is pretty legit. I'm down for that. ill. I don't remember Cloud saying this right here. Good, great work. And then they're like, wait, what the, right? They're like, wait a minute. Okay, so this is another thing too. Probably not that much of a big deal, but just something I kind of noticed was if these are the default text box UI colors, kind of strange that they decided to go with a very transparent gray / probably black. It's probably more of a black. Very weird that that's the default, right? Since this is being portrayed, or at least the first episode is being portrayed as 7, you would think they would go with the blue, because even 7 Remake had the blue in it, right? It's a lot more clean now. But you would think they would have the blue gradient. Just something I noticed. I hope that there's a config for this, so we can go back and change this to the blue, because I would absolutely put it back. This gray just looks really, dull and boring. Look at my boy Barrett. Hold on. Look at my boy Barrett. Look at this big, huge man. He looks so good. God, that art style is so good. I want a poster of this. I want a poster with all these art characters drawn on it. The character art for this drawn on it. And it looks so good. Wait, let me wait till it gets a little bit closer. Right here. Also kind of a weird choice that they decided to just always have the Buster Sword on Cloud's back. Honestly, I would have preferred if it just wasn't there and then he just has it in battle, like the old school days. But I mean, that's, I get it. I get that it's just a new visual flair thing. I still would prefer if you could I would prefer if you could hide this. If they gave you more options to make it more like the original, to hide the Buster Sword, change the windows to the blue UI, the blue gradient UI, and then you get closer to a stylized remake of the original. That'd be dope. Very, very cool though. The models look really good. The little chibi models. Look at that, little Babu Cloud and little Babu Tifa. Let's see. Yeah, so we got him talking around here. We got Crowdo about to jump off this damn edge right here. It's got the hallucinations, or whatever you want to call them, from Zack. This right here is what got me when I was like, yes, this is what got me right here. I was like, oh my god, yes. So the fact that when you're in the overworld, not even the overworld, just the what do you want to call it? Or what should we call it? The adventuring, right, aspect of the world is you're the chibi characters, just like the old school. And then when you get into battle, it switches to high res models, right? That's freaking awesome. Look at that crap. Look, that's just Cloud from 7 Remake. There he is. There's the Buster Sword. Looks really good. Gonna use it the whole time, just like I did in 7 Remake. No other weapon matters. You use the weapon, you learn the skills, you put the Buster Sword back. That's how that works. Anyways, look at this. This is awesome. I love that. Also, we got, okay, so let's go over a little bit of stuff that's happening here. We got Scorpion Sentinel, right? RoboGuard. Here's his health bar, clearly, right? We're doing damage. We got Crowdo over here doing his little slashes and whatnot. This looks like an attack button, because I do believe this is for mobile. It says iOS and Android. This is an attack button right here. This is your little spammy spam, right? Your spam boo. And then you got your ATB gauge right here. This is your ATB gauge because this is your health down here. But look at the numbers. 7,200 max health. 8,000 max health. Also, this is the fight with the RoboGuard, and Aeris is in the party with 6,800 health, right? So like this probably tells us that you can probably go back through these episodes with characters that you own in your party or something like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of two things happens here. Okay, and I'm gonna get into the game design aspect of this. If this is a mobile game, there is a chance that this game will be free. They're going to go with the free model, and then the characters are in a gacha system, which I don't think... I mean, look, they could do that, right? Assuming the games are free, or the game is free, and then you got to try to roll for the characters, you get weapons and all that stuff. The reason why I don't think that is going to happen, like I'm fairly certain that's not going to happen, even though it is a perfectly fine model, as long as you do it the right way. The reason why I highly doubt they're going to do that is because, one, I don't think it'll sit well with the demographic that this pertains to. I mean, like, I know they're coming off of the whole 7 remake hype where, there's a lot more people into Final Fantasy VII now because of the new game, yada, yada, yada. They could try to capitalize on that, but I don't think they will. What I think what will happen is, since it says, let's go back here. Since it says that, where is it? Here it is. It says an episodic return to Final Fantasy VII's world with a nostalgic visual twist, right? Nostalgic being the fact that, a lot of the visuals are based off of the retro visuals from Final Fantasy VII original. Visual twist being the new updated, like the new updated models, right? But the nostalgia comes from like the chibi models, and then they're visually upgraded, right? They're stylized. And then when you go into battle, you get the high res models from 7 Remake, right? That's all of the visual twist. Now, this part right here, the episodic return, means that these will be episodes. So I don't think that they will go for the gacha system, because I think this is the system right here, the episodic part of this little game caption here, right? So what I think will happen is when the game is finally released, it will be Final Fantasy VII Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, Episode 1, Episode 1, and then it'll just be called Final Fantasy VII, right? Just because the original's name was that. And then it'll be like Episode 2, something Crisis Core or whatever, right? One of the others, right? Crisis Core, blah, 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 blah. And then I think these episodes will be purchasable as they are available, right? Like as they are released. So I think you buy Final Fantasy VII, or Final Fantasy VII comes with the first part, you play through that, and the characters you get in that are the characters that you obtain in the game for the rest of the time. This is what I was getting at. So in this, you get access to Cloud, Barrett, Aeris, Tifa, and possibly Red 13, right? Maybe even all of them. I'm not sure. But the point remains is that the characters will come from the episode, right? But once you have them, you will probably own them potentially like in your game save. So that way when, let's say, episode Advent Children comes out, right? You get Advent Children Cloud, but you also have OG 7 Cloud. So like you could have OG 7 Cloud in Advent Children, right? Assuming you probably got to do something like beat the episode first, but you can go back through it, right, with your characters. That's how I think it'll work. And then we'll get different characters from the different episodes. That's how I think that will better work. Which is exactly why I also think we see Aeris in this fight right here. So they gave us a lot with this, right? Because for one, they come back with a crap ton of health. Like, holy crap, there's no way you'd start off with that much in the beginning. There's no freaking way. This is probably like on hard mode or something, like when you come back to the episode and try to unlock more stuff or something, right? Cloud has a shitzillion abilities down here. He's got armor break, burst rush, whatever the hell that is, lightning slash, cure, fire. Also lightning slash? What? Didn't even catch that first time. So this is cool. So like imagine you play, Advent Children, and you get Advent Children Cloud, and then you come back to OG episode with Advent Children Cloud, and then now you're fighting the Robo, you got your characters, right? Bing bong boom. Super cool. And that'll be awesome, right? That'll give it like replay value. That'll give you a reason to purchase the new episodes and get your characters that way. And I honestly think that would be the better way to go about this. Now, as far as control goes, with this menu, I don't see any swapping to characters. So I'm hoping that the character portraits are the swaps. I don't remember seeing the player actually play as any of the other characters. Did they show that? I might have to go through the video again. We'll probably see that in a second. But you also have your abilities here, which instead of switching to the character, you can probably just click that, their ability comes out, you click it, and then it goes back in, right? To tell them to use their stuff. And maybe it pops out, the UI pops out, you click an ability for them, and it like locks in, so the next time they have an ATB available to use the ability, they will use it right away, right? That's how I see this operating right here, because that's exactly how I would do it, right? That makes perfect sense. Don't see any movement controls, probably because, and this is me hoping, I hope movement is controlled by us, like you tap and hold to move around, you swipe to dodge, or you tap and hold the movement button to put up your guard, right, to block, because blocking was a thing in a 7 remake. If you haven't done that, Square, I highly suggest doing that as your control scheme. Remember, tap and move around to move around, tap and slide to dodge, like flick, flick, slide, whatever you want to call it on the touchscreen to dodge in a direction, or tap and hold for guard. There you go. I saved your life. Do not make this movement automatic. Please, for the love of God, do not make movement automatic by the characters. Do not fucking do that. All right, let's move on. Let's see. Yeah, we see Aerith attacking there. Wait, was that the player controlling Aerith? Hold on. Wait, God, it's so fast. Okay, do it again. Ah, there we are. Okay, yes. This is the player controlling Aerith. Look, now her portrait is down here as in the player's control. That's awesome. She's got materia slotted in probably to use magic, unless these are just her innate abilities. She's got Blizzara, Fira, Curaga, Thundaga, and Blizzaga. Amazing. Love it. Sweet. Boom. Yep. Gotta stop attacking or counterattack with the tail laser. Fire in the hole. We got limit breaks. We got summons. Okay, this is another thing I wanted to say. Okay, here we are. Boom. That's amazing. Let's go back for a second. Check that shit out. I think in this one, since we're closer to OG7 with visual flair, right? I think the summons work the way they used to in this game, where you summon, right? And then the characters come out, they do their big flashy moves that they had in 7 Remake, and then they do big boy damage, and then they're gone, right? I think that's how it works. I don't think they're gonna stay on the field like they did in 7 Remake, because as cool as that was in 7 Remake, I honestly doubt they're gonna try and waste the processing power for that on a mobile device. And also, I still think, although 7 Remake had the summons on the field with you, I still think you should have been able to use them to like destroy enemies in a normal encounter regularly, just, in what I would have done is, instead of like in big boss fights, yes, the summon comes out and helps you. That it works awesome that way, right? You see like two titans going at it. That's great. But in a normal fight, if you had it stocked up, right, I would just allow you to summon in order to do the attack just like this, just to hit for big boy damage, and then it kills the enemies, and then the summon goes away, right? In a normal fight, you don't need the summon to stay on the field. It doesn't need to do that because that's like overkill for normal enemies, you know? Like, go back to the classic style for normal enemies, but then the new style for bosses, right? That would have been that would have took the summoning system and like elevated it to the next level. Instead, I feel like they took a step back and then they went forward, right? And like they got rid of one good thing and then they introduced another good thing, right? When we should have had access to both. So anyways, I think that's how that's going to work in this game, where it's going to be the classic summon, do the attack, and then leave, which is totally great. I love that. It's amazing. We got the new visuals for the limit breaks. Okay, now we talk about the episodes, right? This, to me, is the best part about this whole thing. Features the entire compilation of Final Fantasy VII and more. Because I don't know if you were aware of this, but Before Crisis was literally like a flip phone mobile game. Crisis Core was a PSP game. Dirge of Cerberus was on the PS2, and Advent Children was a movie. There's a whole lot of things going on with all of these right here. So, to actually be able to get these in gameplay episodes, I think is probably the coolest thing. We get to play through Advent Children. We get to play Before Crisis, because holy crap, trying to play that and get your hands on that nowadays is a nightmare. We get to play through Crisis Core again with Zack, which is amazing. And we get to play through Dirge of Cerberus again, which I know a lot of people didn't like that, but I loved it because, for one, it was Vincent's game, and two, I love Vincent, so that's amazing to me. So yeah, this right here is the sole reason why I think this is the best. We're gonna get OG7 at first, and then we get to play through Advent Children, and then Before Crisis, yada yada yada. That's fucking awesome, dude. Because to be able to play these games nowadays, like, you either gotta emulate it, or you gotta go through some fucking, you gotta like, you know, fucking go into a fucking dark alleyway and fucking, you know, give up your left kidney to fucking play Before Crisis. Holy crap, right? Like, this is gonna make it so much more accessible because it's just gonna be episodes straight to your mobile device. That's freaking awesome. Because of the visuals for this game, I also believe that this would make a great addition to the Switch. Like, having all these episodes on your Switch, hell yeah. You gotta make that happen, Square. That's gonna be your seller right there, honestly. Because even though mobile gaming has gotten a lot better, I still don't think that we're in a spot right now where people are even willing to accept that. Really. It took me a while to catch on to like mobile games being pretty fucking decent, and some of them are even great, right? But a lot of people still don't see it that way. So I think bringing this to Switch would be a fucking galaxy brain move. But yeah, because of these episodes, I can see the characters already, right? You got the Advent Children version of all the other characters, right? Cloud's AC look, Tifa's AC look, Barrett's AC look with the dreads. Give me my boy with dreads. You get freaking old mature freaking Nanaki. He looks badass, you know. Yuffie's there, I guess. You got AC Sid, which, you know, let's be honest, it's just Sid. And then, like, oh my god, all the Before Crisis characters. I don't even know who these characters are, but I believe they're like Turks or something, right? Like, finally, these guys are gonna be able to get some freaking, you know, spotlight on them. You know, that'll be awesome. Crisis Core. Oh my God, Crisis Core. Crisis Core. The secret weapon, right? The secret weapon of this whole thing. Crisis Core. Oh my fucking God. Can you imagine? One, you get Zack. You get young Zack. And then you get Soldier First Class Zack. You might even be able to get fucking Sephiroth, right? Because I mean, this game is about him just as much as it is about, you know, the rest of the story, because he's there, right? That's why it's called Crisis Core, the core of the crisis, right? So young Zack, Soldier First Class Zack, and Sephiroth. Those are the characters that I think would be main characters. Also, some of the Turks that were in this story that weren't, you know, there before. Possibly, highly possible that you could get Genesis and Angeal, right? Because those are main characters in here. The Turk version of Vincent, right? My boy with his short hair in the freaking goddamn tux. Or it's not a tux, it's just a suit. That, like, this is like the holy grail of secret characters of Final Fantasy VII right here. Getting all those characters in this episode. Square. Make it happen, Captain. And then of course you got Dirge of Cerberus, has a shit ton of other characters too. A lot of beloved characters come from this one that, you know, get the shaft because of the game and all that. But you know, you got what's it called? You got Dirge of Cerberus, Vincent, right? Which probably isn't all too different from OG Vincent, but you know, OG Vincent might not even show up in 7 here because of the whole episode thing. So he might even just come from this. You got Vincent, you got Shulk, right? Like all the deep ground characters, I think is what they're called. Weiss and all them. Like, I know I'm naming some like villains for some of these, but I mean, it doesn't matter because this is a mobile title, right? So it's already like a quote unquote spin-off, right? So, you know, you're only playing this to go through the visual remakes of these titles. And then once you do that, clearly they expect you to like, where's it at here? Where you at, Robo Boy? Clearly they expect you to go back and play through them again because you're right here using the Aeris going back through this, right? So, you know, you go through the first time like normal, but as you unlock the characters, you go back with the characters that you have, right? God, this is just the best part. This is the best part. This opens up a huge opportunity for Square to make some cool shit happen with this game. And I really, really hope that they take advantage of this. Let me just go through here. Look at that. You got Zack's little story in the beginning. That's young Zack right there. Look at that. He's got the freaking what's it called? Is that a Force Edge? Can't remember. This is the only sad part right here. This is the only thing that makes me sad, is that we gotta wait until 2022 to actually see anything out of this happen, right? Oh yeah, it is Nomura. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. He makes all the damn character design. That's the only crap part, is that we gotta wait till 2022. But you know, it is what it is. So yeah, man, I kind of just wanted to take the time to actually talk about this because oh man, was my freaking hand up this whole time? I actually wanted to take the time to talk about this because yeah, like this is just that's fucking awesome, man. That's so awesome. I really feel like a lot more Final Fantasy VII fans should be like talking about that, because that's amazing. We get all these working titles as actual games now, and that's the best part, is the fact that they're all gonna be like actually games now. But yeah, I've been going on for long enough. This is way too long already. Probably gonna chop this up a little bit. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. Let me know what you guys think, right? Let me know. Are you a fan of 7? Did you come in on 7 Remake and like all this stuff is just new to you and you're like, holy crap, you know? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. Say something. Say something. Talk to me. You know? I'm excited about this stuff. I love it. I love the fact that this is happening. This is amazing. But yeah, let me know something. Once again, though, thank you so much for popping into the show here on the channel. And I promise I'll get back on DMC5, the LP. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for stopping here. All right, bye-bye.
Ooh.